Okay, let's take a look at what we've done for the SuperFrogSchduler. So this is our front end. I have it running locally. I have created a page for one of my use cases, create SuperFrog student account. This is under the Spirit director. Unfortunately, I don't have it up and running right now. I focused more on the back end for our project as I wanted functionality to work. And made that the more important thing. You can see I added this to our index.js file, and then it would show up right here. Then taking a look at the back end where I spent most of my effort here, you can see the Java method create SuperFrog student. This handles the creation of the new SuperFrog student account with a post request, and it begins by converting the incoming data from the DTO to a new SuperFrog student entity, and then saves this entity to the database. After saving, then our entity is converted back into DTO, and the method returns a result of the object. And then we can see the other half in the service side. This save method in the service class is responsible for saving the entity to the database and allows the method to set different properties here of the student object. So for example, like the ID, address, name, etc. And after these properties, this method calls save in the repository in order to keep the new student entity, put it to the database, and then ultimately we return it to the SuperFrog student entity, the repository, and then back to SuperFrog student entity. And then we have our test files here. Pretty self-explanatory. We have the service test for the save as well. This is a unit test here, and it ensures that the save function works correctly, and initializes the instance with the predefined attributes here. Let's take a look at some of the other use cases. So all of my use cases except for 13, which I just showed you, depended on use case number 7, and use case number 7 was never created. So I had to comment these out as the use of a view appearance request was never created. But you can see we have the controller method here, and then so this is the put mapping for the request ID, and then in the service we have the assign. This is wrong. Yes. We have the view appearance request called here, and then the update method here. This will update it into the database. And then another use case here, use case 9. We have a put mapping for the assignment of a SuperFrog student to an appearance request. And then we have the same method here. And again, these were commented out because I can't call on the view SuperFrog student. It's quite unfortunate. But yeah, that's what we have. Worked a lot on back end. Really feel that I understand this whole process, especially going through it with the senior design project, as that's where I spent most of my time this semester. Unfortunately, couldn't get any much more done here with the front end, but I do understand the functionality, so that is a positive.